Previously on Ditching the Split. You can see we have a lot of really big wood.
Cedar, tongue and groove, ceiling.
I think it's beautiful.
This is the life.
This is the life. This is the end of an era. Here's the new patio door. We're changing out this door for an 8-foot slider. The kitchen is about to look very different. Welcome to the 9th episode of Ditching the Split, everybody. 9 weeks of this.
Today we're cutting back the joists and we're gonna put the rim boards on. Little finishing touches, caulk and seal around the beams where they go into the columns. As you can see, we've marked out kind of the pathway and where the stairs are gonna go. So we might get to that this episode.
I'll show you. Currently, if you were to come to our house, this is what you would see. Don't come to our house, but if you did, this is what you would see. So if you guys remember, there was the front door right here, and then it would be the stairs leading up into the main living area, hence the whole Ditching the Split. Now we're gonna have a 14-foot wide staircase here, a couple steps that lead down, and then we need to redo the landscaping and the pathway to the front door, obviously, because there's no door there. Since we ever shared this project, the stairs have been a comment in that comment section every day.
Yeah, a lot of people wondering, now you have to walk up icy, wet, inclement weather stairs to get into the house.
We do have a ramp that leads from our garage into the main level of the house. That was one of the reasons we love this house so much, is because it is so accessible. We have family members who require mobility aids, we have friends who do, and of course we're aging as well. So these stairs already existed to our house because of the way our house is graded. And I've had a lot of people saying stuff like, oh, with your new stairs on your porch, how are people gonna be able to access your front door if they require a mobility aid or if they're in a wheelchair or anything like that? So follow me into the garage and we have a ramp that leads into the main floor of our house.
There was a set of stairs to bring you down to the front door, and through the front door was a set of stairs. I think that's why the previous owner built this garage, which has access straight to the main level. The way we usually come in and out 90% of the time is through the garage. We pull in the driveway, open the garage, and we go in through there. I'm sure that'll still be our main point to come in, but when people come over, it'll be a lot nicer for them to be able to come in the front door and not be crammed on a little landing.
Last night and today, Andrew's been working on figuring out a new pathway layout. So we've marked out a couple different variations of how this could go, but I think one of the orange streaks.
Like the stairs are 14 feet, so that far white line and this white line, that's 14 feet, but it's just way too big. But I think what my plan is gonna be, I'm gonna dig that out anyways. And then on this side, I'm gonna just do armor stone to keep the grass and pathway kind of separated because there's quite a big elevation change. And that way it'll keep the shape and it'll look normal. And then whatever kind of shape we make the pathway, it'll be a garden between the armor stone and the pathway so that at least the shape still looks proportionate.
Andrew also got recognized today while he was at the store. What did
She just said, she's like,
I know you from TikTok.
and I'm just awkward, so I apologize. I was probably just like, oh. You can clean up those pieces on the floor if you want.
That's what I'm doing. So we decided to set the joists back a little bit than we initially had cut them, because once you add the decking to it, I just think it looks better if it sits like flush or back with the stone column instead of sitting past. I feel like it just...
Sure. It has to terminate somewhere.
Right. You've never said that in your life.
We're gonna have our border across the front. We also want it on the side. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some blocking and then a board going this way so that has something to sit on. It'll make sense once it's in. Now you can see the reason for those blocks. They're set down 1.5 inches because that's the thickness of a board, like a regular 2x material. And now we can place this in and it sits perfectly flush. And that way, when we put our border piece on, it's gonna stop about there. And then these deck boards this way have something to sit on.
Some updates to share. We just picked up all the lumber we're gonna need to build our new stairs. We also picked up a jackhammer to start removing the concrete here because we have to pour new footings for the stairs. And so in order to do that, we have to remove this concrete. So that's what we're gonna do.
Beam wrap and post wraps are on the way. They should be here sometime this afternoon. Finished all the framing of the decking yesterday because we know where we wanted it to end, got the rim boards on. So we're gonna break up this concrete and then we'll see what we do after that. We're kind of just messing around today.
Is that for real?
Yeah, nice, eh?
Is it because my head is small?
Okay, what's
Okay.
your guess? How long will this take us to break up?
I don't know. An hour.
Okay, I'm gonna say 2.5.
Okay, well, don't sit here and watch. Neither one of us can hear each other. We have a delivery here, actually. So this is what's gonna go around the top of the porch. We're gonna wrap all of the beams in it. Here's the two options of how you can install it. It can either be flat or it could have the texture, the wood texture. That's pretty.
Maybe that is better.
Oh, and just for the record, in our last video, we were totally joking about painting it white.
Smells good. You can always paint it white, like, yeah.
Some people thought we were serious because, I mean, we have painted wooden things white in the past, but this is definitely not going to be white. Why is this so thick?
I know.
This will take longer than an hour.
I said 2.5. Way thicker than I thought. So we got to here. It's been what, 4 hours? Okay, I thought 2.5 to get it all up. You thought 1. Thankfully, there's no rebar or wire mesh, but I'm happy.
Last load. Okay, pathway is demolished.
We're setting the height so that the steps work for 7.25 because that's a nice step. Like literally the bottom of it covers the sonotubes perfectly, the path.
Oh, okay.
Like literally it goes up to here.
Okay, well, it looks really good. How many hours do you think you spent on this?
I don't know, 5?
Yeah, Andrew was out here at 8 a.m. with the jackhammer removing the second half of the pathway, and then
And it went smooth, it was easy.
let's see, what time are we at now? 12:12. Okay. We picked up the jackhammer at like 12:30 yesterday.
The stairs are actually going to be on the inside of the columns, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
marked the outside of the column
Yeah.
because we'll probably do like some sort of armor stone, or we have to do some sort of retaining wall because the ground is so much higher here than where the path is. We had that problem with the old path, the water was pooling on top of it. So we're going to have to do something.
Some of you have noticed that there's still grass growing underneath our porch. This would have been easier to do before building the whole porch, but better late than never.
We don't do easy. We like hard things.
I don't like using landscape fabric as much as the next gardener, but in cases like this where we're not gonna actually be gardening, we're just using it as a thing to stop the grass from growing, I think it's okay. We picked up 2 yards of 1.5-inch clear gravel, and that's gonna go underneath here as well. Like I said, this would have been a lot easier to do before building a porch, but we haven't put the decking on yet, so it could always be worse. Here it is. I know I probably sound like a broken record saying this because I say it all the time, but we buy all our stone and mulch and cedar for our ceiling in bulk from local suppliers. So this was from a local landscape supply company. So should I go under and unroll it?
Yeah, I guess we'll roll it right across. You just have to pull those chunks of wood out
Why
of the
does
window.
it smell
too.
like poo down here? Ugh, fresh turd.
It smells so
It
bad.
smells horrible. We should have done a POV.
Yeah, GoPro to your head.
Okay, that was easy.
Do you want me to get you the proper rake? then you
Is that
can-
easy?
Oh yeah, that's what they're meant for.
2x4s?
A rake.
No, I was talking about, I mean, it's the 2x4 easy.
Oh, not really. So this, I'm just gonna come straight and then curve it to match the existing because we don't need to go any wider this way. So like this is good here. This just needs a little bit of gravel and packed. So I just need to basically scrape it level with this and then we're good.
If you guys have been keeping up with our series, you might know that every time we dig on our property, we dig up some buried treasure. So back at the beginning of this series, when we were digging the post holes for the footings for the new porch, we dug up a bunch of dishware and pottery, and it was no different. What?
You.
What?
This is your favorite part of the renovation, is scavenging through the dirt looking for junk.
It's important to me.
It is very important for you to find little pieces of ceramic bowls.
Yeah, it is. Here's everything I have found so far. We've got some really interesting ones. I like this one. And then lots of bricks. But I do know that there was a farmhouse here before this house was built. So it's kind of nice to imagine that this was like what the old farmhouse was built out of. Everybody pretend to be surprised that I own a metal detector. I got it for my 27th birthday. It was all I wanted.
Something there. Is there?
I actually don't know.
There's nothing there.
Dig!
There's brick.
No, there's gonna be something. It says that there is. Okay, I have something here, baby.
You sure?
Yeah.
What's that thing? That's a root or?
What is it?
Old railroad tie. Oh, what's that? This.
Ooh.
That's an old bolt.
Cool. Here's the final count of everything I uncovered today, starting with all of the metals that I just detected. Was hoping for something exciting, but I mean, this is kind of fun. I like to believe that it's from the old farm that used to be here. And then just a few other things that have been dug up since the last time I showed you. More plates, more glass. This is plastic, the plastic lid of something. This is actually one of our garden ornaments. This is also kind of fun. Look how thick this piece of pottery is. And then just a bunch of other stuff. I have found more of this set in the backyard, which is kind of cool. And the assortment of bricks.
Last night we finished getting the walkway all dug out. I checked it with my laser. It's good enough. So what we can start now is getting ready for the stairs. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to dig 4 holes 4 feet deep below the frost line, and then pour that with a pad for the bottom of the stairs to land on, just so that nothing settles and moves around on us. So digging this out, there was a ton of rocks. So I don't know how well this is going to go, but we'll see. One done.
Another one.
Wow. Did you detect that with your mind? Is that pretty much level? Kind of, eh? Mm-hmm. So like 13.5. So yeah, we're gonna have to put some gravel around this and pack it kind of level. We are going to mark out one of the stair stringers. We're doing a 7 3/8 inch rise and a 14-inch run. That's what I'm gonna do.
What do you want me to do?
Nothing.
Okay.
So we got 7 3/8 and then 14. So that's it, they're all marked out. But the last step, you have to take off the thickness of your tread, because once you put it on top, it would end up being that much higher than every other one. There it is, so that's the original, it's an inch less. And then at the top here, rim board sticks out past the beam that this is getting attached to. You have to add that much more here so that you have the same width tread. You can just go like that. And that's your extra inch and a half. Pretty much just like that, about there.
Right there.
No way.
Is that bad?
I must be missing a step or something.
That seems really high. You got exactly 1 foot.
12 inches?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, we need to put way more gravel.
Okay.
That's all.
You can go a little more, baby. A little more, a little more, a little more. A little more, a little more, a little more. That's good. Nice. That's good.
Nice.
We're 10 and a little smidge.
So we gotta go way more. Good, all right. Yeah, I'll go cut 2 blocks, I'll grab the drill, some screws.
no one's gonna actually see this, right?
No one's gonna see it.
Okay, good.
Why, you wanna put your initials in it?
Well, I do, but it wasn't about that. It was just that, like, I just want to make sure that we're not gonna have like a big concrete slab at the bottom of the stairs.
The stairs are gonna end right here. It's gonna be under the stairs.
Good.
That's good, honey. Let it dry up a
Just
little.
having fun.
I know, but
Should I do like a pattern? Do you want me to try doing the brushstroke?
we gotta let it dry
Do you
up.
want me to do, I could do a swirl like on the ceiling. A little bit of this.
Stop touching it.
Okay. Okay, final look. I'm really bummed that I ruined my favorite gray shorts, but I do have them in 3 other colors now. I'll put the link for them in the description because everybody always asks about these shorts. They're like 25 bucks on Amazon. We put our initials in the concrete, of course. We did our own handprints, and then we brought out the dogs. I wanted the paw prints. I just think that that's such a nice little forever memory.
You'll be glad you did, even if you don't think you want to. Like, you'll be
Yeah.
happy they're there one day.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad we did that. That's a nice memory that we get to have forever. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching today's episode of Ditching the Split. There is one more thing though that I do want to say before we log off this video is in our last episode, we installed our patio sliding door, and I cut all this footage out of the video because I didn't think it would be important. The fact that the door, they sent us a door that slides the wrong way.
And it leads onto a deck, so it just makes sense to have a slider because then it's like zero clearance, like there's no swing.
I also love that on our new one, it's gonna be, because we'll have will the other one let air in, right?
It was supposed to open the other way, from here over. It opens from the right. I had it opening from the left over.
I cut it out of the video because I just didn't think anyone would notice, and it didn't seem to be that important of a component, but then everybody was commenting asking why would we get a door that slides that way and not the other way. Of course it would have been nicer to open the other way, but I do think that it's going to be a blessing that it opens the way that it does, because once we add furniture into that room, I think that for the flow of the room it's going to be better to open that way. But anyways, I just need to say something about it because I'm certain that as soon as I share it vertically, everyone's going to ask about it.
On the outside, it'll be better.
In the big scheme of life, does it really matter? Not really.
No.
It's a small detail, and I do think in the long run it'll be fine, but I just wanted to address that. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Again, I have no preview for next week because we are working week to week, so you guys just saw what we were up to for the week of... Today's the 27th.